There's something you all need to realize. Why are you guys having such a hard time attracting women as customers, when there are already plenty of good guys to go around? The question is why so many guys believe their lives lack meaning. I want to explain why in more detail. This is why the vast majority of women do not find my skirt attractive. They do not have a high view of them. Females are biologically predisposed to seek out the healthiest and most gratifying food selections available. The perpetrators of such crimes are aware that their egotism and bravado are on display for all to see. Our hand-picked items are enjoyed by both sexes. They don't open doors or pull out chairs, and they give the impression that they aren't bothered by anything. This is because they are well aware of the plethora of options that are open to them. I used to be a bouncer at several different clubs when I was younger. I can't tell you the name, but huge names like Justin Bieber and Jay-Z used to hang out at this bar or club. Because these guys are so full of themselves, I felt terrible about tricking them out of the occasional gift that I supplied, even though I had a fair sense of how they would behave if they weren't in my section. The waitress grabbed Jay by the shoulder, and he yelled at her, "Don't touch me arrogant like that." I'll never forget the fury on Jay's face, and I won't ever forget that these guys know they'll always have a way out. Since they have dated every decent woman who has ever dated a guy like that, many people choose not to help her when she is on her phone in public because they believe it is rude to do so. She is aware that the man she is dating is of a higher social rank than she is, but she is determined to win him over. However, it is difficult for decent guys to advance in their careers because she is constantly on the lookout for indications that she may be vulnerable. Whether or not she thinks other women find her attractive is always on her mind. And if she ever discovers how dependent you are on her or that he doesn't have many options, things aren't going to be the same between the two of you. It is well known that women have little desire to pursue love relationships with guys who are not welcome. It's been my experience that if you act like a fan of a famous person, they actually treat you like a fan. It couldn't be stated any more simply than that. The issue with these dudes is that they routinely post videos of themselves crying and going mad because a woman did not appreciate the compassion they showed her. A few of those fragments sound familiar to me. The issue is not that you are failing to carry out the duties of your position, but rather that you are diverting attention away from the goal you were setting out to achieve by posting films in which you express your disgust with women and other things. When you spend all day lounging and playing video games, you give the impression that you can't focus on anything at all. You do nothing but lie around all day and watch TV. And suddenly you put on an excessively courteous and submissive show when in the company of a woman. Yet if she does nothing to further her cause, she risks losing everything she has worked for. It's hardly surprising that she doesn't like you if no other woman wants you. A woman's perspective would help me see the logic in this situation. I'd rather have sexual contact with a man who can't seem to get a girl interested in him than with any other man. Thus he must be cheating on me with 20 other males. She knows that by dating an egotistical man, she is giving him the opportunity to advance in his career, but he acts as if he doesn't care about doing so. After ignoring her for some time, he didn't suddenly start chatting to her, and she also knows that, as a gentleman, he would contact her as soon as he returned home. We'll implement if you're a typical guy and she dumps you. Your first inclination is probably to go on YouTube and start ranting about how women are this and that when he returns home and says things like good morning and how fun it was last night. She'll start acting strange around you. He'll greet you warmly and tell you about how much fun he had the night before. But the problem is that you're paying attention to your purpose, and as a result, she'll start you can't stop thinking about one particular query. Will I be able to sleep well tonight after being awake all day? Therefore, a man who, rather than working to discover answers to problems, spends all day rating online about those problems is someone I have always had a tremendous antipathy to. I will give you a few choices to think over for the time being, because you lack a strong belief in yourself. You lack confidence and arrogance. The source of your anxiety is a lack of confidence in who you are as a person. This is advice I'm giving you because you wouldn't have time or interest in caring about anything else if you were acting in a way that was intentional and doing what you're supposed to be doing. As a result, you should avoid interacting with her in any form. Do not give her any meaningful compliments or presents while you are with her. Just be nice to her and congratulate her when you're together. She's behaving this way because she wants your approval so much, even though she knows she won't get it from you. When you give it to her, you should mention that to her. The idea that men shouldn't bother the women in their life with continual texts and phone calls is probably not hard to grasp. Incessantly try to imagine that there are always 100 women just waiting for you to call them back. Act as if this has always been the case. Think about it for a second. Every woman has dated a guy with other alternatives. Therefore, this must be true. They have all encountered attractive men. Thus, they are all conversant with their behaviors. Due to my busy schedule, I don't have much time to socialize with other women. If I kept seeing the same one and taking her out on dates,